This is episode 31, and today I want to talk to you about the big question. Is it reasonable for you to follow your dream? Welcome to Freya Singing Tips, the podcast. My name is Freya Casey, professional singer and vocal coach. I have been on stage my whole life, and I'm passionate about helping you discover the awesomeness in your own voice. Opera, musical theater, jazz, pop, folk, rock, I have done it all. And I want to give you golden nuggets of advice on how to be the master of your voice. I actually have made a Facebook Live video about this recently just because someone in my masterclass group asked the question. And this is an issue I have worked through in my life in the past 20 years, actually. Maybe even sooner than that. Maybe since I was a child. But the question is, if you are really passionate about something, which in this case is singing and music, should you pursue it professionally? Should you actually try to make your dream come true to make a living out of singing? And I want to talk about a few experiences that I've had and talk to you about what I went through in my life. Now, I was very blessed to grow up in a very musical family. And my dad was a musician, he was a singer, my mom was a musician, and they very much supported me doing music. I started playing the piano when I was a kid, and even when I was 3 years old, I started plunking away at different instruments. And also I just sang. It was just normal at home to be singing and to be doing music together. On Christmas, we would really do like a home concert and everybody would take out their instruments. My brother played the trumpet for a while and we would just do this house concert. So it was a very supportive environment for music. However, it's a different story doing it professionally. And also my dad was a singer in the family and I was kind of shy as far as singing goes. I never dared to sing out loud. He actually never knew I was a singer. And unfortunately, my dad passed away very early on. I was just a young adult and he actually never got to know that I was going to become a singer because I started my singing career after he had passed away. So it's a special thing for me that I am doing it professionally because I know my dad would be totally proud of me. I feel like I'm totally kind of achieving things that he hasn't. He had some problems in his life that I'm not going to talk about now, but he just had mental problems and other things, some addictions. So that's kind of, he stood in his own way. And I have the feeling that I'm doing it right. And it's so amazing. Let me tell you one more story just now. Just about 5 minutes ago before I went live here on my podcast, I got a call from a lady and she was so desperate looking for someone to sing for her wedding, which is coming up in 3 weeks. And her singer that she had hired just canceled on her. And she's totally desperate trying to find someone who could sing classically, but also pop. So she wants Ave Maria sung, but she also wants a few pop songs like All of Me by John Legend. And there's not a few singers out there who can do it that way and really still be convincing, who have classical training, but sing pop songs not like classically. So we talked for a while on the phone and I'm still available at that date. And she was the happiest person in the world. And that's all worth it for me. That right there is like, okay, I just today made somebody's day. I made someone so happy. And I know when I'm going to be in church, when she walks down the aisle, this is the big day she has always envisioned. And she's like, this is exactly what I've been dreaming of. And your voice is just exactly, this is even better than what I had before. It is such an awesome feeling to know that you're making someone happy. That even if it's just for a few minutes, that you make someone happy. And the cool thing about music is that it really sticks. It doesn't just last for the few minutes that you are singing. It really lasts and it sticks. And that's such an awesome thing. And to think of maybe they will talk about me singing 10, 20 years down the road, because whenever they remember their wedding, they're going to remember this wonderful moment where they were really deeply touched by the music. And I was there to live through it with them. It's awesome. So going back to the question, is it reasonable for you to actually pursue a career in singing? My question is, are you happy doing anything else? Now, if your answer is, well, I would love to sing, but I also have this and I have that. I would totally be happy sitting in an office. I'm not sure if this is the right thing for you. For me, it was always, I totally knew I wasn't going to be happy unless I pursue music. I just knew it because I tried it. After I went through school and I finished and I graduated, I went to business school. I became a travel agent, and it was okay. It was cool. I thought would be a cool career. However, I would catch myself all the time sitting in the office and just composing songs, writing songs, and just thinking of music and wanting to be more creative. And my boss, whom I'm very good friends with, I mean, even still to this day, he's a very nice person. However, he was a totally different kind of person. He was not a creative, artistic type. He was more like the office business type. And I suffered. I really suffered sitting there day in, day out. And I just wanted to be creative. I wanted to do something different. And that really showed me that I really need to do it and go for it. So what I did when I went to the States, it was kind of a coincidence that I actually started going to college for singing and doing a vocal performance degree, because at the university where my husband went at that time, I got a job in the office there. I was a secretary because I had a business degree. So I was an administrative secretary doing that work. And the benefit was that I could take 6 credit hours, which would cost me nothing. So, of course, I wanted to take advantage of that and learn something while I was working. And my boss really worked around my schedule. It was awesome. I knew I was going to pick music. However, the piano, I had always been kind of more of a freestyler. Playing by sheet music, I could read it, but it wasn't just my thing. And I had played the flute seriously for many years, and I had gone to the conservatory in Germany. However, it had been a couple of years since I was really serious about it, so I was kind of rusty at that too. I always knew I could sing, so what I would do is just, okay, let's start singing. And what I found out, or what everybody else found out, my teacher told me, well, you know what, Freya, you're really talented. You need to go on and go to a bigger school. So I looked at the school and oh my goodness, how much it was going to cost. Southern Methodist University, very, very renowned university also for music degrees. I could not afford it. But I just thought, what have I got to lose? I'm just going to go ahead and audition. So I did, and I got a full scholarship. And if I hadn't believed in myself enough just to know for sure, okay, I don't care what it takes. I'm just going to put everything on this one card here. Just try it anyway. I don't want to sit there 10, 20 years down the road and have a feeling that I didn't try something and then have a lot of regret. I'm just that way. I hate it. Anything that I have in mind that I really think is very important to me, I really put my mind into it, and I just try it. No matter what it takes. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I just try it. So what I'm saying is just, unless you've tried it, and failing doesn't mean it doesn't work right away. When it doesn't work right away, you have not failed. Let me tell you, it was a long process. I have been doing this for 15, 20 years. And even longer than that, because I have been doing music all my life. But just to really pursuing it professionally, I have made a full-time living off music for the past 15 plus years. But it was because I was versatile, I was open, I kept working, and I didn't give up. It wasn't easy in the beginning. And let me tell you something, I was broke. I had nothing. I had no recording. I had no stage photos or something. So when I made my first website, I was like, oh, I have nothing. I want to have this really cool website to present myself and show what I can do. And I could sing. However, it was really hard because I had nothing. While nowadays, everything is so much easier. Back then, it was so much harder. Everything was expensive. A camera was expensive, and audio recording equipment, nobody just had it. Nowadays, I can do so much more with my iPhone nowadays than I could 10 years ago with the best computer that I ever had and the software. It would cost so much money to get that software. But if you know this is your life and you want to put your mind into it, maybe it doesn't mean for you to pursue it full-time professionally. The thing about fulfilling your dreams is just to sing that solo in that choir and to nail it and to have everybody listening and admiring your voice and wanting to listen to you. Maybe that is your dream. It doesn't matter what the end goal is, but I'm just saying it's never too late. It's never too soon to start. If you know what you really want, you can put your mind into it, but know that it is a lot of work. Know that you will be discouraged. Oh my goodness. You will be discouraged. And I suffered from imposter syndrome so much. Oh my goodness. I always had doubts about, do people really want to listen to me? Do people really want to pay that for me? And it was only in the past 2 to 3 years have I gained so much self-confidence and just respect for my own talents that I am asking a lot higher prices. I'm getting people to pay that for me because, to be honest, when I compare, I'm not trying to be putting myself on a pedestal here. However, when I listen to most others who do what I do here in the area or in Germany, I have to say, I'm pretty good. Why should I not charge what I'm worth? And I have gotten the confidence nowadays to charge what I think I'm worth. And there's others who charge way more. So, I think I should charge even more than I am now, but it's a slow process. I'm just saying that it is a process. You slowly start doing something. And nowadays, guys, there's no reason for you not to start pursuing this. Whatever you want to do, the technology nowadays, it's amazing what you can do. There's YouTube, there's live video like Facebook Live, Periscope, whatever the apps are. There's Smule where you could just do the karaoke. There is so much stuff out there where you can get yourself out there. There's Instagram. You could just on Instagram, there's tons of people who just do these short video cover versions of something or even their own songs. There's so much opportunity out there just to get yourself out, but it's not going to happen within 30 days or something that you're going to have a following. It's going to take time, and the time and practice you actually put in is going to make you better. Just think of the story of Ed Sheeran. He sucked. He was not the best singer in the world, and he was not great, but he wanted to do it. He wanted to pursue his dream. He would just go out and he would just do music on the streets all the time. All the time. Every day he would play for hours and hours, and he got better, and he got noticed, and he got brilliant, and then things started happening. So whenever you hear these stories of singers that had this sudden breakthrough, you know what? It's never a sudden breakthrough. Never, never, never. You just never hear the story that came before that. The story that came before the breakthrough, which sometimes can happen overnight. However, before the breakthrough came years of feeling like a failure, feeling like nobody wanted to hear you, and feeling like, I don't know if anybody wants to really have me and listen to me and pay money. Who would pay money for me? But I'm just saying, if you could carry a tune and you enjoy singing so much to where it's your absolute passion, you have to try it. You don't want to sit there in 10 to 20 years and have a lot of regret, because you know what? When you're dead, well, then it is too late. Now, the time is now. The time is now. And that's why I'm putting out all these podcasts and all these YouTube videos, because I think, I don't want you to just listen to my stuff, but there's so much opportunity nowadays. You can listen to my podcast, you can watch my videos, you can be in my masterclass, you can be in the Facebook group. And not only me, there's other vocal coaches out there who encourage people. You can learn so much from people who have done the thing that you want to do, who are where you want to be. And that's what I've been doing. I want to learn from people who have done what I want to do. So who better is there to learn from? There's no one better to learn from than the person who has done exactly what you want to do. So I encourage you to really follow people or follow other singers and just pay attention to what they do. Learn every day. And guys, singing isn't just a technique thing. Singing has so much to do with psychological matters and mental issues. That's all a big part of it. And I so encourage you. I love hearing stories when people just follow their dreams and they have pressed through and been patient and not given up on initial failures. And believe me, there's lots of failures. I have failures all the time. There's stuff that doesn't work out or something. And although nowadays, I have to say, I hardly have to do anything to get business. people know me and I have so much stuff out there. I have gained a little authority, or not just a little, quite a bit actually by now, to where I don't have to run after the gigs anymore. They have to run after me, and that's the most awesome feeling. But that took so many years to where now everything rolls in just by itself pretty much, and I don't have to go chase anything. I have a waiting list for students all the time. There's people wanting to come into my studio, but I'm one person, so I'm always booked out. That's awesome. I mean, it would be bad if I didn't have any students here, if nobody wanted to take lessons, then I would think about it like, okay, am I a failure? But it didn't happen overnight. It took a long time. And also for my gigs, I get requests all the time. I get asked all the time to do a gig. But the cool thing is, by now, I can pick what I want to do. I don't have to do everything. There used to be a time where I just was happy for anything. And I have a good friend of mine, bless his heart, but he was like, he had a booking request, and somebody wanted to book him. Actually, they wanted to book him and me together. And then he forwarded the email to me that he sent back to them. And he gave him a quote. He gave him a price that it was going to cost. And I was like, I about fell over when I read that. He's like, well, it costs this much, but if that seems too much or too little, then we could probably talk about it. Well, there was a major confidence issue. I was like, you can't do that. You just have to be confident enough to name your price and to quote that. And it's like, okay, that's my price and that's what I'm worth. And if you don't want to book me, don't do it. You want people to appreciate you. And I'm telling you something, people appreciate you much more when they pay the price. When someone gets something for free, usually they don't appreciate it as much as if they paid for it. And the more someone pays for something, whether it be, a product or services, or in this case, someone singing, they really appreciate it. And also, when you know someone has paid that price, you know that they know your worth. It's such a good feeling. It is such a terrible feeling to not feel like people think you're worth something and they don't want to pay you. So I don't even want those people to book me. I don't want people to want to take lessons with me that think like, okay, the lesson's going to cost $20 an hour or something like that. I don't want those people. I want people who are serious. I want people who appreciate it, who know the value, who know the worth of what I do. And that's all I want to attract. I mean, really, since I have adopted that mentality and being more confident in what I do and knowing I'm good at what I'm doing, things have really moved along so much faster than before. And you just have to get over the imposter syndrome. You have to get over that. You have to be confident and you have to know what you want and you have to know what you're worth and you have to know what you have to do to get where you want to go. And singing is a long process and you will always have technical issues, but I'm telling you, the more you do it, the better you will get. Get out the streets and sing. Get on Periscope, get on YouTube, just sing. Put out a video every day or just make a recording. You just have to do it. The more you do it, it's like riding the bike or swimming. The more you do it, the better you get. That's just the way it is. Even not taking any lessons, just singing every day. There's tons of stories out there in the world of singers who sucked in the beginning, who became great singers. Vice versa, there's a lot of stories out there of professional singers who are legends, who you would think, well, they don't have a great range and they don't have the most beautiful sounding voices, but they are legends. So just want to remind you of that. It's not all in perfection. As a singer especially, it's about as a personality and your ability to touch people, to touch someone, to go deeper and to really dive into and feel the music. All right, I just wanted to encourage you to live your dreams, and if it is to sing, to just go for it and not to be afraid. Because no matter what you do, you will spend a lot of time doing what you do for a living, and it might as well be something that you enjoy. And to reach that goal, I think no price is too high to pay. You may have to work harder than ever for the next 5 years and to really put in so much time and so much effort and feel that you have been a failure every once in a while. But it is definitely worth it because you spend so much time doing what you do for a living. Most people spend 8 hours minimum every day doing what they do. And I am thankful every day that I wake up. I'm very, very grateful to be doing what I do. that I love my life. I have full control over my life, and that's a thing that I am especially thankful for. I basically can do what I want to do, and I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. So, and I love working with people who love doing what they do, like teaching. I only deal with people who love what they're doing. They want to do it. They come to me because they want to come. And also whenever I perform, when I'm at a gig, people are having a great time. They're enjoying themselves. So I love that positive vibe, and I'm all about positive vibes. So thank you so much for listening today, for spending the time with me. I wanted to remind you that I have a free course that is that you can take. It's online. It's 7 days to perfect support, because support is the basic ingredient for good singing. So if you want to head over and check that course out, you go to freyasingingtips.com. The link is in the show notes, and just check that out. It's on the main page. Also, there are a few spots open for one of my upcoming online masterclasses. Now, let me specify this a little bit. A masterclass, we will work in a small group setting with a small group of singers of differing levels. I have gotten requests of people who are really serious, who want to become professionals. I want to help everyone to reach their dreams, but I've also heard of people or people have asked me about the masterclass. Is that still suitable for me if I'm just an ambitious hobbyist singer? And absolutely it is. I want to form more than one group, actually, to where the levels can vary, and we will have one group that is more for the professionals, or those people who want to become professionals that I can help more with actually get into the business of making a living. And then there's also, I want to make a group of people who are more like the ambitious hobby singers. Like maybe you're in a choir and you want to get that solo. Maybe you just want to get more confidence. Maybe you just want to get better technique and just dare to sing out. So don't be afraid to apply. You can apply on my website, freyasingingtips.com. And the application is just for me to know who's interested very seriously. And I will go from there and contact you if I have the feeling that you would fit in one of those groups. Well, that's pretty much all for today. Just one more thing. The Facebook group. Yes. Go to Facebook and look for the Master Your Voice with Freya. It's a private group, and we have great conversations going on there. It's just for you, and I'm there all the time. We have great conversations. We encourage each other. We post videos of people singing and just give advice, give tips, and just uplift each other. That's what it's for. Well, that's really all now. And thank you so much for listening today. If you do enjoy the show, I would so much appreciate it if you headed over to iTunes and left me a review. Not just a rating, but a review, which means you can just write a couple of sentences about what the show does for you or what it means to you. It would be so awesome, because it helps my show to be ranked in iTunes, and it helps my show to be found by others who may want to benefit from it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, a wonderful week. I hope you're going to jump over to YouTube, check out my videos this week. I have 3 videos every week. And until next time, don't forget, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Bye now.